try to make sure it's working before I do anything, you know? There's been a few times where I had to make guests tell stories twice. We got a couple people on here. Welcome back, everybody, to the Turn Left Podcast, episode 82. Very special guest, Mike Kanary. Senior, I guess I should add, but Before that, you were just Mike Kanary, I guess,
just
right?
Mike Kanary.
Yeah, I like it. Thanks for joining me, buddy. I know that you came from far away.
Yes,
where exactly are you from?
Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay, so yeah, right over there by Langley.
Like Delaware, Maryland.
Yeah. Florida.
Georgia.
All right, and we also got Richard in studio. Say what's up, buddy.
How y'all doing, y'all?
Sound good. So yeah, man, thanks for making the drive all the way out here, and thanks for watching the show sometimes. I know you've seen a couple episodes, and I appreciate the support always. Tell me a little bit, because I don't. These always make for usually better ones anyway. You know, I've never met you in person or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've been friends with you on Facebook for a while and all, but you mostly race at Langley. We talked a little bit before the show.
Yep.
I guess because you're from Norfolk. How long have you been racing, and what divisions did you start out in?
Well, we started. I started around with him back in 2013. He was, as I was calling it, recreational street competition, and we had to get out of doing stuff like that. So we heard about the enduro division at Langley, and it was starting to get out of more of a, like couple races a year thing where they just kind of banged each other up.
Yeah.
To an actual racing division. Front wheel drive, 4 and 6 cylinders, and he got into it and built the Acura, and we started racing. About 2 years later, a guy named Larry Drummerhausen threw a set of keys at me and a race suit and helmet, and said, "You're driving that one tonight." And
damn.
I literally did 2 practices one practice we get like a 8-lap practice. They don't actually give us 2 or 3 practices before the race. We just get a couple hot laps and have some fun.
He put it in the wall the first time.
Yeah, the first time I raced the car, and then a couple days later he calls me. He's like, "Hey, I got a Dodge Stratus for you," and we went and built it. There's actual video on YouTube if you Google enduro build one day or something like that. It's like a 24-minute video, but it's an actual. We take the car and actually turn it into a race car in one day, and Rodney Davis, a buddy of mine, had helped me do that, and took it out for practice with him and put it in the wall the first time. So we've been going ever since, Like I said, he threw the keys at me that first night, and I ain't stopped since.
Yeah.
So.
No, I like it. Where did so he had a fire suit for a man that's 6'8" laying around? How did that work? You're a large man.
You don't have the picture of me up here on your little thing here.
Let's say you're a big guy. What are you actually, 6'4" or something?
6'7".
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm sitting here, and I'm hoping I don't look too, like
No, I put my chair up. I had to put my chair up. I put yours down on the ground. You don't even have a chair. He's actually
I'm
just
sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
It was a 2-piece, thankfully, because there was no way he had one. But it was a jacket and a pair of pants, and the jacket's
it was just built for a big guy.
We'll have to find a picture one day and show it to you.
Did you cut a hole in the roof and you had your head sticking through it too?
That's how most race cars I get into. I feel like I need to do is cut the roof out
that car's still around.
Yeah, the white turd. It's up probably about an hour from here up in Fredericksburg.
We got to the point we just would get drivers from other divisions and be like, "Hey, you want to come run an enduro race with us?" So we've had truck drivers in it. We've had Grand stock drivers in it. It's actually done really well. It's finished second place to some built cars at East Carolina.
So don't sleep on a Dodge Stratus.
Yeah, no, never.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
I was to say, I love these types of divisions of racing, like the IndyCar divisions and stuff like that, and mostly because when I was growing up, my dad always raced the enduro divisions, but back then it was more like a street stock division of today's day and age, just the step below grand stock or whatever it would be. But he would do similar things. He would literally bring home a car on a Thursday night or on a Thursday day or something. He had weird hours for the job, and build it overnight. Because all you had to do was bash out the windows. You didn't have to require a roll cage even or anything.
Yeah, that Stratus doesn't have a roll cage
in
it.
So that's what I'm saying. So, you could really make it happen if it was a stock division. And I don't know. I feel like the only problem
with
that...
It's really what NASCAR is.
Exactly.
National Association of Stock Car Auto
Exactly.
Racing.
That's where it started.
Yeah.
For one, and two, I just think that the only trouble you have with it, which is it's always been trouble, so even back in the 90s and I'm sure the 80s this is a problem, but when you have a division like that, there's always going to be that one guy that brings a knife to a gunfight, and he's got some research done that he's got some.
Some of y'all don't sound stock.
Not even that, but just like they'll figure out the perfect type of car, and then they'll hook it up all the way, and then they've got a full-blown...
Well, I've noticed that running in the divisions, like every couple of years is a new car that comes.
Yeah.
And, when I started, it was the Grand Prix and stuff like that, the bigger six-cylinders, and then it started the Hondas, and our division now is like into the Nissans and Acuras.
Yeah.
And it's just, you see that it just evolves, and somebody finds a new car that's a little faster, and they start kicking ass.
And he was telling me yours is actually an Oldsmobile Alero. Mm-hmm. And you talked to me briefly before that you're planning on going mini stock racing. Are you using that car? What are you planning on doing?
I probably can't run that as mini stock. It'd get its ass kicked too. So
you're sitting right next to Jesse Danger Jones here.
Jones. I mean, we've kind of teamed up with him this year, and we've been helping him out. We've gone down to Dillon and Florence and helped him run the mini stocks. He actually won this night on the last turn. It was pretty cool. And we got rained out, so I didn't get to actually run the minion, but I plan on running it later on, probably in October.
Yeah, you told me that earlier. I didn't realize that you actually were there.
Yeah.
I thought you meant it just got rained out, like the whole day got rained out.
No. We were there. They got about 3 races in, and, he was joking so it starts raining, I'm starting to put the chart back on the car, and he's like, races have been canceled. And I'm like,
how far of a drive is that for you from Langley?
About the same distance here, 2 hours,
2.5
maybe a little
hours.
2.5, a little further.
Wow.
But it's, we don't mind traveling. We don't mind driving. Like I said, I ran I've raced down in North Carolina, packed the car back up, driving Langley, and race again that night. So I was driving 2 hours. I could do that on my head.
Yeah.
So.
We have literally driven from here to Daytona Beach to buy a car and drive right back to Norfolk with it. So
that's a lot of Turn Left podcast episodes.
Yes.
All right, so how long ago was that when you might have mentioned it, but
2015. You talking about the first year?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2015.
Okay.
And then Langley closed in 2016, so a lot of us Langley drivers packed up and went down to East Carolina.
Yeah.
They had a bomber division, same thing, but they allowed rear-wheel drives and 8-cylinders. They were a little more open on their rules. Mm-hmm. And he won a championship down there. I think I came in 4th that year, and I stayed and raced East Carolina points racing for about 2 years after that. About 2018 was the last year I was running there.
Yeah.
I was running Langley, and I talked to you earlier about points racing gets to be sucky. Hibby told me that years ago, and I finally started realizing that. But Robert Hibby.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it was fun, but I'm looking to with the mini stock. We either if it's just him and because I've kind of gotten out of the car this year. We're ping pong in a race car. He couldn't really get a car together this year, so we back and forth racing at Langley. We're driving the same car. It's just kind of help my buddy out race and stuff like that.
I see you got old school video games on there too. Are they a sponsor?
Mm-hmm. Old school video games one. Derek, he's a good friend of mine.
They still sponsor Brendan Queen too.
Yep. That's my old school teammate, Butterbean.
Oh, you got him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Butterbean. He's my favorite late model driver. I do.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of my favorite Legends drivers back when he used to race Legends at Southside.
He was a sick Legend driver.
So, yeah, well, he would come to Southside pretty much weekly because it was a Friday night series, and they still did INX. But yeah, so I mean, he would win all the time at Southside Speedway, which wasn't his hometown track. Right. And then I don't know, I just kind of followed him throughout the years, and he's got the same birthday as me too, so that's always weird.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, I have a Butterbean story. We were at a Snoop Dogg concert. And he had this fine piece of ass on his arm, and
Snoop Dogg or Brendan?
Both of them probably.
Okay.
But Butterbean had a fine girl, and he's over there talking to us. She's like, "Brendan, I'm ready to go," and he's like, "Wait, I'm talking to my friends," and I'm like, "Dude, Butterbean just called us his friends, man. That's cool." Yeah. So I've always, me and his dad and mom are good. We're good with each other. He's just good people.
I'm trying to get him to make the drive.
I'll talk to him.
What's up, Dean Leslie? Yeah, tell him. I've talked to him too. I think that he's definitely willing to come on the show. It's just it's far away for you guys. Yeah, is all. And he's busy. I mean, he runs late models full time and stuff. So I mean,
and he's got his own little team going on too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I can only imagine.
He's a busy dude.
What's your favorite track to race at? Would you say?
I loved East Carolina, man.
Really?
Gonna lie. That place was fun.
I've never been.
Banking, it was like turn 2 was like this toilet bowl of just confusion. Where if you went too wide, both of y'all were scraping the wall, inside and outside wall, and it was just a fun drive. You had the back stretch and the front stretch were completely different. You had like this kind of dog leg front stretch, and the back stretch was short, and you had to get on it, and it's just a fun little track to drive.
Do you have a doppelganger?
Why's that?
Because I saw a picture of you, because I was going through all your pictures earlier to make the promo, earlier in the week, to make the promo for the thing. And I saw one picture of you. I've never had time to pull it up and like save it, where I was like, "Is that Nick Offerman? Do you ever get that?" You don't know? Do you know who Nick Offerman is?
Let me make a look here.
Oh, dude, it's the guy that's from the show Parks and Rec, I think it is, where he's the bacon guy.
Okay.
He's like, everything needs bacon. You know what I mean? That guy. Mm-hmm. It was a picture where you had a shorter beard, because he always has a beard too, but it's not quite as long.
I loved his character because he was a libertarian and on the show, and
he was
anti-government. And yes, okay.
And bacon, everything doesn't have enough meat. Bacon. He's like, what was it? Speaking of, okay, we're gonna be doing a little hot sauce challenge later tonight. This will be funny enough because this is coincidental. So there's a skit in that show where he goes up to the Sam's Club worker that's offering free food, and it's vegan bacon.
Yep.
And he doesn't eat some. She gives it to him, and he just drops it right in the trash. And he says, "Another, please."
So he's trying to rid the world of it. We're doing our part, 3 strips at a time.
Yeah, well, coincidentally enough, I ran out of real chicken, and now we're eating the wife's vegan chicken. It's not even real chicken. And, look at it. It's like a brown little turd. She says it's good. We're not going to be able to taste it anyway, which is part of it. But either way, it's kind of a funny... I didn't think about that until just now. It flashed in my head that skit that he does. And then,
my daughter loved that show.
Yeah,
and,
it's great.
I got on to watching like the last couple seasons with her, and like I said, I loved his character.
Yeah.
But actually,
he's kind of like that in real life.
It kind of.
Yeah.
But
his wife says that's just a played-up version of him anyway.
Yeah, it's like a gross...
Yeah.
blown-out version.
And how about you? How long you been racing? Same time, 2015?
I started racing probably around 2010, 2011 when Langley first went to front-wheel drive for the Enduro division.
Okay.
Is when I started.
And I was his little bitch.
Damn it.
I was Dick's bitch.
In my first year of racing, I was like the slowest person in the world. It was horrible.
I think most of us it's like that for all of us.
It was funny because everybody's like, stop looking in the mirrors. So I took the mirrors off the car the next season and went out, and I was literally lapping the entire field.
Really?
I just said, like, whoever was in front of me was the car to catch. And, I mean, I got guys that started getting pissed off me because I was going out and just lapping.
Yeah, he was the Enduro king out at Langley for about 2 or 3 years.
Oh, yeah?
He was...
And you raced against the late, great, legendary Mike Gano, you said?
Yeah, Mike Gano was racing out there. I think he won a championship in the Enduro division. It was either him or Danny. They had a season where the two of them just every race it was one of them two on the podium. But yeah, Mike Gano raced out there. We had a lot of great guys come through that division at Langley for the Enduros.
Yeah. How many years did you run that?
I ran every year that Langley was open. I won a championship in 2014, 2015, right when they closed down. I won the championship that year, and then we went to East Carolina the following year, like he was saying, and was able to pull out a championship up there.
I think it's your phone.
And
Mike.
I know. I'm trying to actually run it live, but it's,
what's up, George Dixon, and what's up, Dean Leslie? I think I said
East Carolina was a really fun track, and it was really weird because, like he was saying, that turn 2 and turn 3 and 4 were so different. Like when you would come into one, you would shoot real high up towards the wall, and there was a concrete patch at the bottom of turn 2, and you would almost shoot to slide the car across that concrete patch where like your nose was literally 6 inches off of a concrete wall, and hope that you could just drift it across the bottom and allow you to carry all that speed back up the short back straightaway.
Because you didn't have much to go on the back stretch.
The rear straightaway out there is really tiny. So, and then when you get to the other end, it was so bad you would actually have to like I ran a manual transmission, you would actually have to downshift in the turn, or else you didn't have enough gear to accelerate back up out of 4.
Wow.
So yeah, East Carolina was a great track.
Yeah. That track ever opened up again, I'd definitely go back down there and run.
Oh, so they closed down?
Yeah, they've been closed down since, I think, like I said, 18 was the last year I raced there, and it sucked to see where it was, because that 2016 season was magical, man. The stands were full. All these, all us Virginia people went down there and were, supporting each other. And it was just some good. Red Butterbean won the championship. He won the championship. I think everybody in Langley, except for that street stock division, won the championships down there.
Yeah, we all Langley.
Because they brought the super streets down there.
Yeah, super trucks from Langley went down there when Langley closed. The super streets went down there when Langley closed.
How far of a drive is that from Langley?
About 2 hours.
Damn, y'all ain't close to anywhere, are you?
No.
No, but like you said, we don't mind driving. We'll go anywhere to go racing. I mean, we drive to Southern National. We've driven Dominion.
Well, even Dominion's only an hour from here, and Southside's 10 minutes from here. So back when they were both running, I mean, it was prime time to beat right here. But,
Yeah, we like I said, we've been down to Dillon and Florence in the past year with Jesse. So we'll go. That's what I want to do now. Instead of, like I said, getting out of points racing and more running when I want to, where I want to, and then exploring new tracks and learning, meeting new drivers, just expanding the brand on it. Honestly.
You told me you're going to Rockingham in November?
Yeah, he's going to run. Chris Kurtz is building
he's
rebuilding, huh?
Dick is?
Yeah, Dick's running the car.
Can I call you that?
Yeah, you can call me Dick.
That's what he called you. That's what he said. I'm bringing Dick with me, and then you told me your name is Richard. So I'm like, I don't know. And he called you Dick again. I'm like, well, hell, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's Dick Quinn. That's where Dick Quinn Motorsports. I mean, our logo was this, but we just changed the D to an S, and it's Dick Quinn Motorsports. We came up with that out in the garage like this one night. Yeah, remember the Wheat Thins commercials? Where he's like, Wheat Thins.
Yeah.
I was like, Dick Quinn, Dick Quinn, and then we're like Dick Quinn Motorsports, and it just stuck. And we've built it from nothing to where it's an actual reputable, we've known, and people know us, and it's a brand we've built and we're proud of.
Y'all are pretty good friends with Jesse Jones, aren't you?
Yeah, we're good friends with him. Definitely real good friends.
It's really cool when you go someplace and you're like 3-4 hours away from home and you see somebody wearing one of your shirts.
Yeah.
Dick Quinn.
We went out to Bowling Gray one time and a dude had on our shirt.
Really?
Yeah, so
that's
it was
pretty
really
badass.
Cool. Patrick Kane, a good buddy of ours.
Dang.
Yeah,
Patrick Kane?
Yeah.
He lives around here. Yeah, I know who he is.
He had our shirt on down there, so it was pretty.
He's
and
a Southside guy.
My son was the first one to see it. He was like, Dad, somebody's got our shirt on.
Really?
And,
that's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Man, I just had a good question to ask you about that. I can't remember what it is now. I don't know.
It'll come to you.
Thanks a lot, Dick.
You're welcome. That or the other thing is like if we get the hey, I saw your sticker on somebody's car. Do you know whose car this is? And I'm like, do you know how many people's cars have my bumper stickers on them? I have no idea.
My face, people send pictures of cars out in some random place, like, who's that? And I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean that's good though. Y'all are getting the merch
and I mean,
stuff out there.
we're just
I need to do a better job.
Lowly little enduro guys, But I mean, and I told you in the messenger, I'm the face. I don't win races. I compete the best I can. That guy's the talent.
You're the beard.
I'm the beard.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the one that pushes the marketing and stuff like that. And
I'm the anti-social wheelman.
He just goes out there and kicks ass on the track.
Yeah, Dick's actually outside right now, just holding a mic. He said he didn't want to be in studio.
No,
he said
like,
he's out there.
I'm going home.
Yeah. I'm just messing with you, buddy.
Cracking on him. He's used to it.
He gets it all the time. Yeah, I can tell already. But I don't want to make it too bad. I feel like it's kind of like like beating up on Jack Dawson. It's like you don't want to beat this dead horse too bad, or Scott Allen rather.
The way our inner circle discusses stuff with each other is terrible.
Yeah. Well, he drags Scott Allen sometimes. So tag Scott Allen showing some love. What's up, Crystal? What's up, Howard? TLP is getting a pretty sizable sticker on his new car if I can help it. On this new car if I can help it. That's what I'm talking about. I need to get some more stickers too, and I need to send you one. I'll send you one, Dick.
Ruggles.
Yeah, Ruggles.
What's up, Cameron?
But
how many people we got watching?
None. Ain't too bad.
None.
It's also a later show too.
Yeah,
it's 0. That'd be what's your favorite race of all time?
Like me racing?
Sure. Or watching the one that you were involved with, not something you saw on TV.
The pass in the grass.
You could have been
pass
spotting
in the grass.
No, not one on TV.
Oh no, me.
No,
okay.
I have my own pass in the grass. It actually put me on the map at East Carolina. I was running, just any bomber car down there, and on a restart, I dove down and passed about 4 or 5 cars in the grass and came back up, and Dude, I still hear stories today from people that I don't know. They're like, yo, I remember you made that pass in the grass down in East Carolina, man.
You hear about when Dale Earnhardt came back to life for one lap?
He went from like 12th to 6th.
Yeah, it was, and I think my buddy Dakota said his spotter said, Canary's inside. He's like, there's nothing but grass there. Yeah. And they all come flying by him on the inside. And
yeah, it's like,
they actually, the next driver's meeting was like, let's try to stay off the lawn.
Yeah, we have somebody that cuts that nicely now.
Now, what race that I'm probably most proud of is when I've raced, like I told you, East Carolina and Langley in the same night. I've done that twice. But one time I went to East Carolina, and I think I finished 3rd. Loaded up, came back, and I started in the back at Langley at about 30 cars and finished 7th. And
wow.
To me, that was, like, wow. After driving 2 hours there, loading up, setting up, driving, coming back, driving 2 hours, getting ready, and to make some moves like that on the racetrack, it was probably the most I felt that I was a race car driver.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
I've had some decent finishes and stuff like that, but
going from 30th to 7th, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Especially in a race like ours where it's, 25, 30 laps or something? What did you
at that time we were at 30 laps. It was 30.
So it's one thing if you're in NASCAR and you're racing for 9 hours because those races are way too long. I'll say it.
Yep.
Cat's out the bag. But to do it if you went no yellow flags, that's my fly, it's my pet. It's probably an 11-minute race.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If it's green flag,
it feels like an hour in the car.
Oh, it feels longer than that.
The sad thing is we don't even get yellow flags.
No,
we get red flags.
Okay. That's how I've had it before. That's the way when I raced at Langley. That's the way it was.
Yeah, when somebody wrecks or something, the red flag comes out, you just stop wherever you're at on the track. They don't.
Or
mind
usually half a track around.
Yeah, usually. So yeah. It depends, but my typical thing to do is whatever car's in front of me, I'll stop when they decide to stop. So usually, you'll make an extra half a lap after the red flag easy out there.
Yeah. That's the way it was when I raced
like that where
enduro.
There's different skill levels, and you got guys that's going all over the place. I had a car get tore up from a rookie come up high, and in my video I see him looking at me and come right down and just. You don't know what a rookie's going to do at any moment.
He thinks it's NASCAR 94.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was when I was running trucks, the stuff. I remember watching a rookie come out there. I want to say it was either the first or the second race of the season, rolled the truck right over.
Oh, my God.
And slid it up against the wall.
Jeez.
I mean, she walked away from it. It was,
How easy is that to do in a truck? Are they pretty top-heavy like that? Or?
Not really, man, but the way... the suspension's set up, they're like
any
like a
U-car.
Yeah, we're set up to turn left. You snatch it hard enough back to the right, and it'll go right over on its edge.
Yeah. Kyle Fowler's watching. Say what's up.
What's up?
What's up again, Crystal, if I haven't said what's up to you. Yeah, you're getting married soon, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk
After about
that.
14 years with Nikki, I finally popped a question.
It's about time.
We've been together a long time, and I've never been married.
I say a lot of people don't believe in marriage, and I don't judge that at all.
I kind of was one of those guys for a while, especially when I became a single father.
Like, what?
Oh, especially when I was a single father, it was, I had the woman I needed in my life, and I didn't care about any other woman. It was her and my mom was all I needed.
Yeah.
But this is the one, and I'll be 44 by the time I get married. That's right after my birthday is when we're getting married, so I'll be 44, and I only plan on doing it once, so
yeah.
I'm ready to go ahead and pop,
Fuck, you're old.
I plan on getting married a bunch of times.
Yeah.
My wife watching this like, what?
She's gonna cooking nose.
She's gonna come out here in a minute. Yeah.
I mean, it's
She
time.
made the chicken wings. Just keep that in mind.
That's true, but she made it pre-joke. Before the joke. I got my hands on the food before I blasted the restaurant. And
we actually got engaged in the middle of a race.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
At Langley, we were running, and I was having a shit year, 2019. That was the year.
Aside from your personal life.
Yeah, no, my personal life is great. But on the track, like I said, I'm a mid-pack, sometimes front runner. I'm not competitive enough to want to worry about where I race because I enjoy the, camaraderie in it, the competition, pushing myself, the thrill, the rush, all that good stuff.
Winning takes the fun out of it anyway. A lot of people.
I see a lot of people that
if
they don't win, it's no fun to them. And
I've won a shit ton. I've won a shit ton. I love winning, but at the same time, it's been a while. You won a race. It's been like 3 years.
I understand,
but at the same time, I got to the point where, like I can say, I got burned out shortly thereafter because I went through from enduros to trucks. I ran both of them at the same time, and I got to the point where it just kind of burned me out.
Yeah. That's winning doesn't not become fun, or you know what I mean. When I say winning takes the fun out of it, it doesn't take the fun out of winning. It takes the fun out of racing.
Mm-hmm. I could agree with that to an extent.
Because anytime you finish second, you feel like you should. Why did you even bother?
I have friends that if they finish second, they'd be mad. I have friends.
They just ruin it.
If they win, they're not happy. If I finish second, Nikki's having a great night when I get home.
I could finish last as long as the car's in one piece. I'm happy. If I can drive it on the trailer when I'm done, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
We've all had those nights where you go out there, and I've destroyed totally brand new cars. First, second time on the track and practice at that. I totaled a brand new car.
Sorry, I gotta lean over to see the comments.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see your race tomorrow, darling.
I don't get mad when I don't win.
But back to the story. So I'm having this shitty season. That was the year my Grand Prix got tore up, and I was actually beginning of the year I was running good, top 5 finishes. I was in the points race, and car got tore up, and then I was running a 1989 Ford Tour show, which 10 years ago when we started was a dominant car in the division, but not anymore. And so I made the decision to get engaged. I was going to do it after the race. My buddy Rich was like, Richard Ellis was going. He's like, I'm winning tonight. You're getting engaged in Victory Lane. So I wreck out of the race, and I get out of the car. And Nikki hates this story because she doesn't admit it, but she saw me get out of the car. She's like, oh, he's good. So she went and take a poop. So she's in the bathroom dropping a deuce, and here I am on the mic, ring in my pocket, and I'm like, hey, Nikki, will you marry me? I love you, baby. That's what she's doing. She doesn't admit it, but that's what was going on.
Did she hear it over the intercom while pooping?
Probably.
Yeah. So, that happens. And I'm real good friends with Buck.
She
Rooster.
said she didn't hear
before we let it, she said she did not. She also said Richard gets so mad when he doesn't win. So, Dick, follow up on that.
If I tear my shit up, I do get mad.
She didn't say that.
I don't necessarily get mad if I don't win. When I was...
He's been humbled this year driving that car against the cars we're competing with at Langley.
Oh, yeah.
His best finish this year was 7th, and that was...
That's like finishing first because the top 5-6 cars in that division, are just lightning fast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been humbled in fast cars before, so especially at Southside.
Yeah.
I have too. I've had great seasons where we've battled back and forth, and just some nights you got the speed and some nights you don't. Some nights the car handles like it's on rails, and some nights it...
You were not peeing, you were pooping.
I know that you
peed while you pooped, but
let's say you weren't doing either. You were touching up your makeup. Okay, you really sold yourself out there, but if you're gonna make an excuse, make it. I had to throw something away.
I'd have been like, I was getting redneck fries.
Yeah.
You ever had redneck fries?
No.
Oh,
from Langley?
Amazing. Yes. It's fries with barbecue and cheese on them.
I always drink my dinner when I'm at a racetrack. You know what I'm saying? No, unless I might get something to eat sometimes. What's up, Jack Dodson?
Hey, Jack.
Big Mike, my hero. Are we going to talk about Jack Dodson and Scott Allen dodging my show still? What are we going to do about that? What's up, Mikey Chin?
Hey, Mikey. So I wreck out.
Scott Allen can't dodge anything.
And Buck Roos was a track announcer, and I'm good friends with him. About 5 laps later, this car flips in turn 3. All right? And we're sitting around, lolling around, and Buck Roos goes, no, we're going to do this right. So he pulls me to the front stretch, and through the gate, I got down on my knee and had her under the flag stand and proposed to her through the gate and gave her a ring. And the coolest thing about that, so I'm on the front stretch. I get up and I turn around, and I hear the car start revving. Vroom, 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 the car's on the front stretch, and it just kind of carries all around the track.
To congratulate you?
Yeah, it was coolest sound ever. And there were people after the race on the backstretch, they were like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. Everybody else just started revving, so I started revving.
Yeah.
It was just cool to hear all your brothers out there,
That's cool that they do the backstretch thing.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Dominion, I guess, where you're allowed to sit back there.
Yeah.
On the backstretch?
No. I'm talking about the cars were back there.
I
the
see
cars
what
that
you're
were, like I said, we stop all around the
Yeah.
track, so they were, and I could hear it all. The cars revving all around the track. It was really cool. It was a really cool moment. So
yeah, that is awesome. Was she just as much a fan of it? I'm sure. I mean,
that's
a
she
big
was
way.
Totally surprised.
Yeah, that's like doing it at a baseball game or
Yeah.
anything. It's awesome.
And it was, I mean, in the middle of the race was,
What's up, Mike?
and I had to, on the hood of the car, I had Nikki, will you marry me? And
did you?
She's a nervous wreck whenever I race, and everybody's out there going, "What's Mike's car say, Nikki?" She's like, "I don't fucking know." She
never
films
saw
our
it.
race,
Oh.
and then about a couple laps in, she sees it. She's like, "No, there's no way. That's what it says." And so she was totally taken surprise. There was only about 5 or 6 people that knew, and like the day before, I let a couple more people know, like, "Hey, why don't you come to the race?" And she said it was kind of weird because it was like my dad was there, and there was other people that usually didn't come to the races, and they were like, she's like, "What are all these people here for?" And it just turned out to be a really cool night, and we're having our reception there.
Oh,
so
cool.
we debated getting married at the track, but well, we're gonna go that redneck. But we're gonna have it. They have like a turn 4 like bar called the Larry's Heart Lemonade.
Yes.
Turn 4 corner. We're gonna have it in that little place
I
right there.
Opposed to my Facebook comment, and I know Vaughn hates me. I like the idea and I like the concept. All I said was, which I have a track pass for Dominion where they're going a lot faster, in my opinion. That's a fact.
They do.
It's a
I got to
fact.
practice
Not
that. I
an
didn't get
opinion.
to race, but
Yeah.
it's fast.
So when you're on the backstretch, granted, I don't have the pit pass that's coming right out of turn 4, or I guess that wouldn't even be possible. That wouldn't be the backstretch. But say if the one that comes right out of turn 2. I remember specifically B.J. Anderson. Do you know B.J.? Mm-hmm. Parking his truck, and in a U-car, it's so pushy coming out the corner that, I mean, you're heading right towards the wall. And I remember seeing his truck almost every time.
It's pushy in any car, too.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I'm just looking straight at the wall, but when you're in a late model, I don't know. I'm just sitting there thinking, like, this fence is not that strong. The safety precaution at Southside, you weren't even allowed to stand anywhere, like, within 10 feet of the fence if you were a fan.
Right.
So when I see that, and you're allowed to literally sit on the wall with your drinks on the wall, I'm just like...
It's a cool view, though. It's
so cool.
Yeah, it's a really... I get what you're saying. I totally understand.
And I would buy that pass and take that risk. I just wanted to bring light to the fact that you need to think about this, like, if you have a baby or something, I don't know, which that would be.
I totally understand. But if you're taking a baby into a trackside bar...
I take mine kids to the backside track pass at Dominion, so I have no room to talk. So
Robbie Parker will tell you about parking your car outside of a turn at a racetrack.
Yeah,
really?
Landed his truck at Dixieland.
Really?
Came out
this
of the
is what I'm
turn
talking
4,
about.
jumped the damn wall, and landed right in his truck.
Was there a fence there?
Yeah, barely. You ever been to Dixieland?
Uh-uh.
No,
Oh, that place is...
Did you ever go to Old Dominion?
No.
No? Have you ever been to Southside?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, right.
Would love to.
I would have never let y'all on the show if I didn't know that.
All right, show's over.
Yeah. What's up, Derek? Do you know Derek Hoke?
Yep.
Jack Dotson. Canary did not bring Hibby. So you're fine.
He's talking about how we brought Hibby to his show Tuesday night.
Will you hand me that mouse over
I
there,
did
Richard?
bring Dick, though.
He brought Dick. Thank you, sir.
Am I sweating? I'm getting a little warm over here.
I've got the air conditioner on still. It
know.
felt good when we were standing up.
know.
Now that we're sitting here, I guess we're sitting so close.
That's because there's so much of him.
There's so much of me.
Okay, well, that's a cool story. Sorry I interrupted it a couple times.
No,
but
man, it got me
tend to do
extend the
that.
story out. But it was just a really cool moment, Say it went better than I actually planned it to be.
Really?
And it was funny because the car that was flipped over, when we get done, you see on the track pass video, I'm walking away and they're like, "Let's give another hand of applause for Mike Kanary." And they got this car about 3/4 of the way almost. Crowd cheers, chain snaps, and it boom, falls back down. He's still in the car.
Oh, no.
And I always made a joke that it's Phil Nelson. He's a...
He was okay and all.
Yeah, he's fine. But I made a joke that when everybody's revving their engines, he's upside down. Run, run.
You saw his front tires spin or back tires or whatever.
Really cool. But, it was just a really cool moment.
George Dixon said congratulations.
Thank you.
What's the actual date you get married?
10/11.
10/11.
We were going to do 10/20 or 10/10 last year and get married on my birthday. Because I'm weird with numbers, so I wanted to do 10/10/20. So we just pushed it another day, and now we're doing 10/11/21.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I can't forget it. It's the day after my birthday now. So.
Who is your favorite NASCAR driver?
All time, Dale Earnhardt, Dale Jr. when he was racing, and now I'm going to catch slack for it. I'm a Bubba Wallace fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the new news?
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Busch is joining.
Yeah, with the number moved forward, and Facebook has lost their damn minds over that shit.
What do you think?
I like the number back if they're going to move it.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. I think it should be where...
It's always been.
Yeah, or just let them do wherever they want to.
I like the rear quarter panel.
Yeah.
Better than original?
I mean, I like the original, but I think if I was going to move it, I would move it to the rear quarter because it just looks better.
I mean. I would rather move it back.
Looks better there.
That's what they tried out last year for the All-Star race or whatever, wasn't it?
I think they did move them back to the, like right behind the seat pillar.
I mean, I've seen a couple of cars. I think even at Dominion, there's a few guys running late models that I want to say are running their numbers on the left rear quarter panel.
Well, I like individuality, so I think
Gary Burke. The shit's hideous, though.
They should.
No offense, Gary, but
let them do what they want to do. I like when I go to racetracks. I like to see all the different cars and where they're sticking the numbers and the different designs and stuff like that. So
yes, and sorry, Gary Burke. I'm also not a fan of red and white race cars. So you like? I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I don't like. You don't change. You don't fix something that isn't broken.
Agreed.
But.
Are they doing away with the contingency packages now? Do they not have to run those? Because if the numbers are going to be right where the contingency package is always at.
They're going to put that on the windshield right in front of the driver.
Yeah. Man, I sure do love Big Newtons.
I mean, to me, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like I'm not one of the guys that says, oh, I'm not going to watch NASCAR anymore because they moved the number. You know what I mean? Modified has been doing it for years.
Mm-hmm.
They've always had it on
Modified's moved them back for a long time.
Yeah, it's kind of like their thing. But
well, the car kind of fits it, too. I mean, a Modified usually has that more extended rear end. And the number doesn't look as awkward as it would be on a different type car.
It's where the tallest piece of sheet metal is.
Yeah.
All the way at the rear.
Yeah. Best place to see the number. And usually, oddest thing is, I think they're trying to change the model, too, because traditionally in NASCAR and, mostly just NASCAR, the number has been the focus of the side of the car instead of the sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to IndyCar and all that kind of stuff, Formula One, the sponsor is always the you know what I mean? You might find the number, in a little square somewhere on the side of the car.
I actually ran the 33 back on one car one time, where that Farley Financial is. Thanks for sponsoring me too, Mike. I ran it back there one year. So like I said, I think they should just let them put it where they want to put it.
Well, I think that is kind of what I'm getting at is, I think they should, but I don't know. You create...
You're
I like
old
the
school,
uniform.
get off my lawn tradition. Let's just leave the number in the middle.
Yeah. But I don't care really. But I just think that they're doing it so that they can start promoting sponsors to try to get more sponsor money out of it because they can make the whole door, which is the biggest piece of real estate, the sponsor.
But that's why I would say to put it on the rear quarter panel because that gives you the whole door as a blank slate.
Great point. Yeah,
you got the hood. You can roll everything pretty much from the rear tire all the way forward is open slate and advertising space at that point in time.
Yeah, the way they're doing it, they're putting it on the door still, but moving it forward. So you don't even leave yourself the biggest piece of real estate, which is the side panel and door. If they left it in the back, like what you're suggesting, great idea, is if they left it back here, they would have all that on the side to be able to use to promote. But now that they're putting it here,
it chops it up.
They just moved it.
And then now what are they going to do with back here?
They moved it up to where the contingency package always went on the car.
Contingencies are going to go in the back now, I bet. Yeah. It's going to be hideous.
No, I like your idea.
I think it should just go across the bottom, like they do on like racer cars.
Keep them where they're at.
Or put like a LED bar, one of those. And just
they
have
did
it
that
at the
for the
bottom
All-Star race.
And just have it.
Have it strobe in different logos.
They had underbody kits for one race.
Huh. Are you talking about the lights? I'm talking like a
use those
sign
lights.
Where just running sign heads and sponsors going across the bottom.
I think that's what they're actually doing. They're not going to put the stickers on. I thought it was just supposed to like roll across the bottom of the TV or something like that. So use the advertising on the TV.
There's Patrick Fisher right there. I think you got your tongue pierced? I think Patrick Fisher's got his tongue pierced.
Are you that deep into my mouth?
Yeah. You can see it. Yeah.
I've had that for almost 20 years.
Dick made you laugh that one big time. Naturally, when you're talking to
him,
you just go,
Dick made me laugh. We might want to rethink that.
Yeah. He made you open your mouth. I don't know what that means.
Ooh.
They did it in the 2020 All-Star race. That's what it was. So it wasn't actually this past season All-Star race. Or is the All-Star race already happened this year?
I think so.
Yeah, so it would have been last year's All-Star race.
Yeah, because I didn't Chase win it or something like that.
Thank you, Derek. I like the rear quarter. Okay, we're just catching up. Caitlin already said that. I already read it. But yeah, what's up, Patrick Fisher? He called in one night too. He called in the show, but he had been influenced by
these beverages,
by these apple juices we're drinking. Yeah, but it was still good. It was funny. He was talking stuff. Yeah, he's a funny dude too. A good character. What do you do outside of racing for fun? You and Jesse and all the Norfolk gang.
Work on race cars.
I do race
Where
car
do you
shit
work
with
on
my
your
race
car?
car friends.
In my yard.
Okay. I don't know if you work because Jesse's got a shop, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I've taken my car to a shop before we worked on it, and he was working when he was working as a mechanic. He had a shop right around the corner from my house. We worked on, but now it's pretty much my front yard.
Yeah, that's gonna be me once I buy my new house.
I don't even have a garage anymore. It's pathetic.
I know. I'm in the process of...
I have a garage, but it's full of shit, and there's no way to put a car in there to work on it.
Well, look at the rest of mine.
Yeah.
Like you said. It
looks
nice
like
and good on the screen, but everything behind me is hammered.
Yeah, it's just a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
Mine is?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, where the number was on the quarter? What's up, Pat? So, all right. You said you've seen Hot Ones. Which episodes have you seen? Which are your favorites?
The Shaq one's always great because he tried.
That was
to
my
play it
favorite
off.
one.
Okay.
That was the one that got me hooked. That was literally I saw that one first.
He tried it. I love Shaq. I mean,
yeah, he's a great guy.
He's everything he does is gold, and just the way he was, just ridiculous on it. And there was one where. Who was the guy that didn't even touch the milk the whole time? I can't remember.
A couple people have.
Yeah,
you watch all of them. I was an avid fan for a long time before this podcast.
I had about a couple weeks where I watched a bunch of them. Was checking in on them and stuff. But the Shaq one is classic because he tries so hard to act like it's not killing him. Like I'm probably going to be tonight.
Well, soon I'm having.
Can you match your shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might.
I'm sweating now. Just
do you like hot stuff? Can you handle the heat?
Yeah, I can handle it. I do like spicy food, so I did a challenge one time at this place called AJ Gators. They had like this, devil's sauce, which I wanted to tell you if I ever created a hot sauce, it would be called the devil's hemorrhoid.
Yeah, because that's what it gave you.
Yeah, but it was like 3 wings and a piece of gator meat, and everybody thought that you got him, you almost shot him, dude. Everybody thought I was going to be the one to pass out and vomit everywhere.
Jackie Chan, baby, I always get them.
And I was the first one done and it was fine. And the other 2 guys did us looked like they were about to die. So I can handle it.
I cannot. So that's why I don't do them. It's not like on solo episodes. I don't know if you've ever watched any of those, but like I do, episodes by myself sometimes. You don't ever see me dabble into the hot sauce on those. I only do it for the entertainment factor of.
So you are doing it with me?
Yeah.
Okay. He said that now. I got a little concerned. I was like, wait a minute. You tricked me.
Is Dick?
No, Dick's
Everybody
not
comment in and try to cheer Dick on to talk him into
let's
it.
Vote Dick into doing the
You
hot
lost
sauce
me at the tofu nugget jank. Dude.
We'll pick you a not very hot sauce.
Dude, you'd have to go to like McDonald's and get me chicken nuggets or some shit before I would ever eat that.
And I think when Shaq went on, that was before they had the last dab.
Mm-hmm, where they mixed them all together.
What about
dabs? No, well, they did that too. That was called the Shaq sauce. He made that up right on there on the show.
They were doing dabs?
No. They weren't doing dabs like you were thinking. It's called the last dab. Pull that bottle down real quick. It's the name of the sauce. Second one in. Yep. Take a whiff of that bad boy. We can do that one. I've got 2 new on the lineup here too. Chocolate 7-Pot Primo. That one's 2 million Scoville, just for the. I don't know if you know anything about Scoville.
I know it's
that
a lot.
means your butthole's gonna hurt tomorrow.
Yeah, this one's 1.8 million.
This
so
is
it's a
2
little
million?
bit cooler, huh?
There's hardly
That's
any in this one,
negatory
so
case.
I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna be able to skate that one.
Well, this one's one of the hottest too, and these were both given to me. So, and these are made right here in Chester, Virginia. Jason Higgins. I don't know if I should be giving away his name, but he's got a business here, so. Either way, he makes homemade hot sauces, and they are hot as Hades. This one's 2 million plus Scoville, so this is probably actually the hottest. But that Wicked Tickle right there in the middle, that one lives up to its name.
Shit looks like a Dos Equis bottle.
I mean, the sauce does move. I was like, so when it doesn't move in the bottle, you're not good.
Smell that one, see what you think. You can pick if you want.
Andrew Fuller, King Lizard.
Yo King Lizard. Is that you? Is
No,
that
that's
yeah,
Mike.
I'm the Lizard King.
Are you?
Yeah, we so beginning of the year I
I'm
took a
driving
picture and I
tomorrow,
was like,
do you know who the Rat King is?
Mm-mm.
Theo Vaughn, the comedian.
I know the Lizard King came from The Office.
I know.
California,
I've seen a couple episodes.
I can't remember his name, but I had just posted a picture. I'm like, I'm the Lizard King, you know. I had my pit vipers on and I had my Hawaiian shirt on.
Yes.
And so there's these 3 younger drivers: Jacob Derrick, Cody Bryan, and Riley Music, and they're my lizard princes.
Yeah.
And I made them all shirts. It was funny. Jacob Derrick wins his first race, and he had his shirt on
in Victory Lane.
Yeah, so
Epic.
it was really cool.
How do you get all these merch ideas, and does it pay? Did you actually make a little bit of money off of it?
We made me a little bit of money off the decals, and a lot of times like.
Do I have to pay you for the ones you gave me?
No. If you could put one somewhere on here, that would help.
Yeah, I've been mean to
but like if somebody's gonna put it on a race car, because at Langley there's probably 40 to 50 cars that have my decal on it.
Really?
I just give them to them. If
there's cars running all over that just have like either the angry Big Mike.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Or like the bearded face.
What were you angry about?
Oh, that's another story. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's do that before the hot sauce. It's going to be hard to talk.
Yes, I want to make that as late as possible because I don't know how much talking I'm going to do afterwards.
Well, it gets tough.
But it's just I'm more about not really making a profit. It's more getting the brand and the marketing out there. And if people are going to run me on a race car as just like a sponsor, you're kind of putting me as Kyle Fowler put me on his shirt this year.
Well, are you trying to grow something? You need to add to the stickers itself. You need to add your handle or something like that. Okay. Kind of like right underneath Air Doug, it says Air Doug with his colors and all that kind of stuff. So if you're trying to get followers on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, even like right below,
for Robert Hibby, I put my Instagram tag because he hates those on cars.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna put it on there.
Well, yeah, either one, whichever one you're trying to grow. I wouldn't put all of them because then it's gonna be a little bit busy.
I would
like in the beard or something like that. Even if you
we
just
did
put
a
your
couple with my decal to 33 in it, but that's a good idea because I'm thinking about doing a remixing my beard's gotten a little bigger. I'm wearing the pit vipers now. My hair's different. I'm thinking about redoing
because you could update the glasses, kind of silhouette and stuff like that.
Because that was made actually. Nikki, my fiance does all my vinyl. She does all the vinyl for our car. She has a little side gigs. 171 Creations.
Well, what am I thanking you for the decals for? Thank you, Nikki.
But that was a picture of when we went to Dover. I had just taken a selfie, and a couple weeks later, she's like, "I got something to show you. I don't know if you like it." And I was like, "I fucking love it." And then, it's
your
been
head's gotten too big; it won't fit on the shirt now.
So
he's got a special order hat.
So it's just it's cool to see your people actually. Giving your shit some love and
Yeah, he was 6'5" till his merch line dropped. Now he's 6'7". And man, I missed one person, James Patterson or something. I think it was. I'll catch it later.
Did you want me the Mad Mike story?
Yes. Sorry.
All right. So that same year, no, it was the next year. I'm still driving that. Are you flattening the bird?
Fly.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's like, shoo, motherfucker.
Shut up, Michael.
No.
Move your microphone closer.
It did seem awfully disrespectful, but it was just a fly. I was
driving that 89 show still, and I was having troubles with it, and during a red flag, it wouldn't start back up again. So during the caution, I'm sitting there, only car in turn 2, big white show. You can't miss it. And I got my window net down. I'm waving. I'm starting to take off my belts and waving a little bit more. I get to reach for my Hans device, and before they start our race or the restart, it's the yellow flag. The lights will blink on the lights.
Yeah.
I go reach my Hans, look up, and the yellow lights start blinking. I'm completely unbuckled, window net down. I will never let anybody hear the in-car video I have, but I sound like a pure T bitch because that's the only time I've ever been scared in a race car.
Yeah. And
I'm like, oh, God damn it. No. I didn't know, do I try to buckle back up? Do I try to hop out and run to the infield? The whole pack of leaders is coming through the, turn 2. And luckily they saw and I wasn't going and my window net was down. And so I get out of the car and I'm looking right at the tower like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm making this and Sarah No H. Langley, excuse me. She got the picture.
You almost called her Sarah Ho Langley there for a
Sarah
second.
Ho
Easy now.
No, she's a great photographer.
Yeah, she is.
She got that shot of me, and what it started was I went viral one night on Facebook. I was taking Connor Hall and Butterbean had a issue on the front stretch. They stopped after the race, and they're out of their cars yelling at the guy. So I was like photoshopping myself on that, and photoshopping myself and everything. And then I took the head and was photoshopping, like there was that fly on Mike Pence's head.
Yeah,
and I put my face on that. And,
yeah.
I made Amber Sloan, a friend of mine. She was in I took an old video of her, and it took off. And then we made decals, and that's probably where I made the most money off of decals. People wanted that so bad, and those things were flying off the.
Is that like the only time that you've gotten mad? Like you just don't seem like God. You seem pretty
I don't
laid
really
back
get
and
mad.
chill.
No, yeah.
He is fucking lying through his teeth.
No, I was getting ready to say.
He lied earlier too. He
Yeah,
said that he didn't get mad when he loses.
It's a DQM thing.
Here's the better problem to have.
I had an issue one time where East Carolina we had a race where I was going to win the race, and I got pretty much tangled up with this guy, and I saw a guy laughing at me, so I get out the car and I start going after him, and I yelled at my buddy Rodney Davis one time for spinning me out, and he didn't actually spin me out. He's in his car, the caution, and I'm yelling at him on the track.
I spun Rodney out.
That's the way it happens.
No, I'm just joking.
Most of the time, I don't really. I'm more of I've been called the Godfather of enduros, and I'm Switzerland. I can't tell you how many Saturday nights or Sunday mornings I've gotten calls. Hey man, you call this guy and try to patch this out. I didn't mean to get into him. Blah blah blah.
You can just meet me in my enclosed.
Yeah,
and figure it out.
That's the best way to handle it.
What's up, Rodney Davenport? Do you know Eric Morris?
Yes.
You kind of remind me of him. Just y'all are both like long beard, libertarian, chill dudes.
Yep.
That guy's hilarious too. He's actually planning on coming on. I've been in contact with him. He said in the fall, so whatever that means. But I'll also be in the middle of moving.
Bartender for me?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me get right on that.
Damn. You're gonna need one. I know that.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring out milk, but I can run in and get it for you.
You don't need that milk.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Did you pick a sauce? Did you pick a poison?
Love y'all.
I'm okay, thank you, sir.
Between one of these two,
I got about 9 apple juices in this big
let's
cup.
try the chocolate 7 pot.
You want to do the chocolate pot?
Yeah,
All right.
pot.
The
I wanna
pot.
do the pot.
Let's do the pot. It's legal now, baby. Sold right there in Chester, Virginia. I think this is the same guy. Yeah. I'm not going to give his address out, but look up. See, this is another thing. He doesn't have his company name on here. Just his
Because he doesn't want
actual
any legal,
name.
He doesn't want any legal ramifications for burning people's insides out.
This would be like when I told everybody to go to the Southampton Open practice, and then it was the one night when I had a bunch of viewers, and then Southampton got overwhelmed and said that they weren't going to do it. This was too much attention. I'm like, what did you want? Not enough? I mean, it didn't make any sense, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm a chill dude, but when I do get pissed off, it's a pretty big deal. So
you have a long fuse, but a big bomb.
Mm-hmm.
He's really a giant teddy bear.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I was asking. Is that the only time that you've kind of gotten mad?
Me?
I get mad when I finish second. I don't race anymore, but when I finish second, I'm like, I'm not cussing anybody out. But if you come up, people that know me or like my crew chief or my spotter even, I'll be mad audibly on the radio. Like,
right.
Just.
I usually only get mad if I get like dumped.
You never even cussed this whole episode, I don't think.
Oh, I
you
have.
Asked me, have you?
I've dropped
we
a
have.
couple.
You asked me if it was okay. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
my mom watches
not a
the
sailor,
show.
but I will drop a 4-letter
My mom
word
watches
in
the show. Her favorite word is fuck. So you're not going to offend her, I, or
Hi,
or
fucking mom.
Yeah.
Do the
Hey,
wicked
Mom.
tickle, Mike.
Do what?
Fucking love you.
It says do the wicked tickle.
The wicked tickle. Oh, no.
Caitlin Joyner said,
I'm good.
Hey.
No, I'm going to do the triple
You
pot.
should try it. Just a little dab.
You do some.
You can
Yeah.
suck my butthole.
But,
I'd say,
and it was funny because that actually, on the track pass video of that event, I'm yelling, screaming, and I'm walking back, and Christian Keller had blown his motor that night. And it's funny, I'm all like, rah, 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 rah. And he's like, hey, Mike. And I'm like, oh, what?
hey.
And you go right to look, oh, damn, that's
Hey,
fucked up.
you're not mad at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's funny. Well, do you want to get to it? So I've got a list of questions to ask you that's about 5 questions long right after we eat the sauce. These should be pretty easy, though, and it should be right off the brain anyway.
Are we like coating them in it, or am I just dipping it in it?
If you want to do a dip, it's got to be a strong dip. Some people like to do the shack where they go
No, I'll dip it around. So I just don't want this whole. I don't want to have to like lick my fingers and stuff.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
let's not go that route because then later on.
Because I was hoping you weren't going to do chicken wings.
He doesn't want to get it in his beer.
Why?
Is what it really is.
Because I'd have to get it, and then it gets all in the beer, and it's messy. So if I could just dip it, that would be the best way to go at it.
Well, this episode is sponsored by Gardein Vegan Chicken. Not really, but that'd be nice. Actually, it's a pretty big company. This would be mine. Pick your poison.
Give me the middle one.
It can't be
What
chicken
is-
if it's vegan.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
this is
But
not
they.
good.
This is the weird thing about vegans. They don't want to eat chicken, but they still want it to be a word that sounds like chicken. They want it to taste just like chicken, even though
No, that's like a
eating
vegan.
chicken makes them feel
Okay,
terrible.
let's have a.
It's like a vegan hamburger.
A taste test prior. Oh, this is good. Good idea. This is actually hot vegan chicken, so it's Nashville
So
hot.
you're already getting spicy
It's a
on top
little
of
bit.
spicy.
My wife eats it, man. She's Colombian.
They're not bad.
Huh?
Honestly, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not like kill you.
That's
hot.
not even sauce. That's like
It's
paste.
blood. It's blood.
Oh my god. Yeah, and I was hoping you weren't going to have like 5 or 6 to do because I'm like, oh god. Here we
No,
go.
that episode is not tonight. Yeah, so I know that I was looking for that episode right before I promoted yours, but no, I would have forewarned you for that because that's going to be see. That's why I almost pawned that off when just 2 people want to do I won't make a face challenge and I'll sit back there and just host it. I don't want to be involved with the shit,
Right.
man. I can't handle heat well.
So are you going to be able to conduct the interview after you do this?
It's always a problem. I'm going to be honest with you. It's always a problem.
I'll be fine. I'll do it
Cheers.
for you.
Yeah. If just in case I can't, favorite driver of every division locally, late model, top, bottom, any track. Because usually I ask Southside
I'll do
guys.
Langley.
Doesn't even have to be, but
Okay.
that's mostly the guys you're going to answer anyway. But
You can be
it can
East Carolina.
Yeah, it can be East Carolina guys, Dominion guys. If it's an East Carolina guy, you're gonna have to give him a little. You're gonna have to talk more and tell us who he is.
Oh god.
This one's not as bad. Remember, this one's only 1.8 million. How much did you do? You got to do more than that.
Oh, I didn't even.
Oh, it's
see
got a
that.
hair in it. Holy shit! It's my dog's hair.
It's probably from the vegan that made it.
Yeah,
Are
it's
we-
my
are we-
dog's
are we-
hair. But
Are we good?
That's some pussy shit.
Oh, I got more than you now. Scoop up the
I don't
rest.
think that's true.
He just
I tried to wipe it
off.
back on the plate.
Do I have to eat the whole nugget or just the
Just
spice?
the
Just
spicy
the spicy
section.
part.
Okay.
You ready?
We cheer?
Yes, sir.
Do it.
I don't think this one's as bad.
I'd have swallowed that shit whole just so I didn't have to chew it.
The chicken's actually not too bad. Yeah. Your favorite bandolero driver?
Raleigh music.
Legends?
Was Tommy Jackson? He's not racing.
Why?
That would be.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but Jacob Derrick. That's 2
My
lizard.
eyeballs are sweating now.
2 lizard princes.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Garrett.
Huh?
Oh, that's
Jacob Derrick.
Oh, Jacob Derrick.
Should have got the bill.
I told you I handle it worse. I'm horrible at this. Okay. Caitlin said now you have to do the wicked tickle. I was joking. She didn't even tape that. But oh, no, now she did say that. You were about to do it for her. I was just going to try it out.
Let's see how this one finishes off, and
Maybe you consider it. That cigarette might help.
yeah.
Not to talk you into bad things, but I just kind of made you eat hot sauce. It might
I'm
kill
really
you.
not having a problem with it.
Really?
Yeah. I see you are.
Yeah.
You want me to ask you the questions now?
All right. I guess the step above that would either be U-Car or any car or Enduro or whatever.
God,
All
you
3 of
car. That's a tough one because there's a lot of guys in that division I love. You're not a U-Car driver. I would probably say in U-Cars, Bill Aker. He's been around. He's another guy that, like me, is driven all over the place, trying to drive all over the place. And he had a great run last round.
That apple juice is hot.
But I mean, there's Robert DeZero, Nick Deans, I like Christian Keller. I'm a big fan of U-Car division because they're a lot like us. And from last year, our Enduro division, a lot of them have moved up. They opened up the rules at Langley, and a lot of them moved up.
Do you know Ronnie Vance?
Yes.
Do you remember that video of him at Southside doing like the reverse 180 drift?
I think so. I think I've seen that.
150,000 views or something. Jesse Danger Jones, I think, was there doing a live video that night too. So I know that you might have been watching just through that because you're good friends with him.
Just go ahead and throw that out. That's my Grand Stock driver. It's Jesse Jones.
I was about to ask you.
Pro 6.
I forgot about everything.
You're good. I can probably help you finish this now. Pro 6. God, I don't even know a Pro 6 driver. Oh, Scott Allen.
Scott Allen, dude. You got to pick him.
Guaranteed to get a top 10.
Yeah.
Late models,
Top
Butterbean.
5 back in the day, huh?
Butterbean. He doesn't race out there in the modifieds right now, but I'm a big fan of Kyle Fowler. He's a good friend of mine. But running right now, and it's kind of cliche because he kicks ass. Matt Carter. He's, we always have the joke that he's sipping his macchiato out there running. Oh, Colby Vance in the modifieds. Sorry about that. Sorry, Colby. He's gonna be mad at me.
Well, a lot of people are when they see the episodes. Gary Burke's mad at me, so that's okay.
Enduros.
Yeah.
I love watching that guy drive Enduros. I ain't gonna lie. I love watching that guy drive regardless. I'm the biggest fan of him. I'm so stoked about him running these mini stocks. And so that would probably be my favorite Enduro driver. That's why I've been enjoying the kind of car owner aspect of this year.
That's kind of like how it's been for me. Is like this year I've just kind of stepped back away from it, and it's been so relaxing to just kind of like just crew chief kind of a little bit and not stress actually getting in the car.
Let my ears breathe,
And we've kind of been working on that together. When he's running, I'm making sure he's taken care of, and when I'm running, he's making sure I'm taken care of. Carts.
Oh yeah,
there. That would
Where
be.
They have carts?
Yeah.
I haven't been to Langley in a long time.
They got wing champs.
Yeah.
That would be Chris Bechtel and Hunter Clay Waltrip. And Hunter Clay Waltrip is my favorite truck driver out there.
How many divisions does Langley have?
Fucking too many.
Too many.
Okay,
I think I'm missing one.
Hey, I didn't say it, Vaughn.
Am I missing one?
Oh, we love it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we usually.
Super Streets. That's another division.
Grand Stocks.
And that's another division.
He said.
I said Jesse's my Grand Stock
Grand
driver.
Stocks.
Super Streets another. That's my favorite division out there. G-Body, Monte Carlos, and stuff like that.
That's my shit.
Yeah, if you don't like that kind of racing, you're not American. They're just beautiful cars. Very racy. Very.
Tommy Galdia's he's got my golf cart. Have you seen that drive around?
Uh-huh.
And that goes back to what I think NASCAR should have stayed at. That's you're taking a true street car.
That's
like
why
I
loved Enduros back in the day when it kind of was that, and then Grand Stock back in the day used to be that.
I mean, Enduros
used to be true cars.
Enduros are still pretty much true cars. We're just taking, well, most of us.
We can't do anything to the cars.
All we're allowed is a 4-point cage.
Yeah, 4-point cage.
Nothing outside of that.
We fuck with the toe, and some of us throw some rear steering.
Dude, no cussing, man. I told you.
Oh fuck.
Super
Street.
The difference. I'll let you get back to it. Cause I'll never forget.
You're all over the place right now. You're
on fire, baby. What you were gonna say about nowadays Enduros, I agree totally. But when you see the Grand Stocks, with the way they're supposed to be, or the Super Streets, I should say, I know them as Grand Stocks because that's what Grand Stock used to be. When you see that and you look back at the history of NASCAR, that's what they used to look like. There's never been a time in NASCAR where you get these
Well, that's because NASCAR never ran front wheel drive.
I know, which sucks. Yeah. I agree, but I'm just saying that's why I think it's more desirable for most people. I guess. I don't know. I'm about at 4,000 degrees right now.
What are we gonna do when NASCAR goes electric?
Sorry. I don't know. Who's your favorite
really
Super Street?
Can't handle
Who's your Super Street?
You look
driver?
like me 5 minutes ago.
Oh, dude,
I've actually cooled down.
I'm starting to come down now.
But the Super Streets, that's another vision I can't pick. You got Danny Harrell's been a good friend of ours for years. Caitlin Joyner, she's an up-and-coming young driver who's, over the past couple of years, gotten better and better. Huh?
Spanky.
Yeah, Spanky, my number brother, 33s for life. Tommy Gilday, he's a good guy. Who else am I missing? Tommy Gilday?
I thought it was Gildia.
Could
like
be.
I said, he's got my golf cart.
Maybe I'm fucking his name up. Sorry, Tommy, if I'm messing
Have you seen it cruising the pits?
Yeah.
With the gold and the white still?
I don't know what color it is, but I've seen him in his golf cart out there.
You got the big flatbed.
Uh-huh.
When I sold that golf cart so I could start this podcast. so I could buy all this equipment.
Because of you, Tommy.
So you are here thanks to Tommy. However, Caitlin's the only Super Street driver watching, so Caitlin is now my favorite Super Street driver for this episode at least.
She's a good girl, man. She's,
She did say to eat the wicked tickle.
And she
said do it.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to do it.
I'm not doing this one.
I know.
Don't say that. Don't shame me.
What's that?
Jesus.
What's that on there?
Huh? I don't know. It might be growth.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
There might be a different one that might be a better option. These ones came from the fridge. I know that these ones don't have it. This is a local one. This one's $2 million. This one's, you go with this one. These are the two newest on the lineup. That one's, in my opinion, almost just as hot as a Wicked Tickle. And now I got to throw that Wicked Tickle out, so you can just throw it on the ground if you want, but don't break it on the ground. So I've cleaned it up. And the flies somehow, they love hot sauce. I don't know if you noticed that. We had flies anyway. But once the hot sauce comes out, even if if we have an after party, and I leave the plate out or something, the flies will be all over the hot sauce in the morning. I don't know how they don't burn their little damn faces off, but they're impressive little creatures.
But it's hard to pick up. Sean Callaway. I'm afraid just went break. It's great pizza at Cal's Pizza too.
Shout out Cal's Pizza.
But I love the Super Streets. It's just such racy shit.
Yeah.
Those guys, they're like enduros, but real race cars because they'll get out there and beat on each other.
Form of racing. What were you gonna say, Dick?
I said you got Colby.
Colby Vance. I have a man crush on Colby Vance. I admit it. Right
Is he a beautiful man?
He is a beautiful man with a mane of just
hair.
Yes. Oh,
wow.
It's a good dude.
I'll have to slide into his DMs here.
I'm gonna hit this up. This is for you, Caitlin. It's not the Wicked Tickle, but it's just as hot. This is dumb.
That one's not. I think if you can handle that other one, you're good. You can go through the whole damn lineup if you want. Just I guess that one lid wasn't on there tight enough. And that sucks because that one's almost full too. But whatever. And that was the only sauce that was sent to me. Actually, it's not. It was the first sauce. I don't want to catch my mic on fire. That was the first sauce that was ever sent to me. And the first piece of mail that I ever got that said Turn Left Podcast. So it was the first mail to the studio.
Can you name me what my Powerade?
No.
The cold one?
Yeah.
No, what's funny is
I had some hot apple juice right here if you want to back at it.
You can hand me that one right there, the one that looks cold.
Oh, you want it? Oh.
I'm going to fucking punch you.
Oh, look
Give me
at
that
that.
goddamn Powerade for
He's gonna be in frame.
Give me the damn thing. It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
But hurry up and give me this ice cold drink.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you know what? I got a funny story. If we want to wrap it up, we are getting over anyway.
How long have we gone?
Well over an hour.
Really? Damn,
Yeah.
we've been doing this an hour?
11:08.
Feels like 5 minutes.
Goes by fast when you're having
man.
fun. I got a quick story, and then I'll let you close out your sponsors. Any story you want to tell? I think it was 2 nights ago. I had leftover pizza, and I've got a bunch of hot sauces because people send it to me now and stuff. But I have some that are less hot too that aren't like even worth because it's not like there's no agony involved. It'd just be like we'd be taste testing out here. And so one's like a dill pickle hot sauce. It's really, really good, actually. So I actually eat it on stuff, and I enjoy it. I'd never eat any of these outside of the show.
All right.
So that one I had on some pizza, even though it sounds weird, dill pickle on pizza, but it's good. It's a hot sauce.
No, there's actually a Papa John's pizza that has pickles on it. It's delicious.
Really?
It's like a Big Mac.
I get pickled jalapenos on my pizzas all the time. So it's the same concept.
Jalapenos on pizza.
So
Fucking disgusting.
What? Why? Too hot for you?
I don't eat them at all.
He doesn't eat anything that's green.
Oh. What about salad?
The cows ate that shit, so I don't have to.
The cow ate it?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of true. And if you eat the beef, they turn it into a much more.
Don't give him any room for his logic.
It is true. You can survive on a carnivore diet. You can't survive on just salad. But anyway, so the first piece I put 10 drops or whatever on of pizza. This is like late at night. This is like 11:30. I'm about to go to bed. So the second piece, they're both just microwave late night eating, just trying to get it in, and it wasn't hot at all. So I was like, and it was good. So I put more on, overdid it because it wasn't a very hot sauce. I just figured I eat this type of shit, I can load it down.
Right.
Dude, I was having the fits I'm having now because I put way too much on, and I'm like trying to go to bed. I literally put an ice cube in my mouth and went to bed, and like I was like falling asleep, and my mouth was still on fire, and I didn't want to choke on the ice cube, so I took it out and just laid it on the bed. I knew it would melt and create it. Hopefully my wife's not still watching, but I just laid it on the bed because I didn't want to choke on it. And it literally only probably, and I was almost about to fall asleep. A minute later, I'm like, fuck, my mouth's hot. And I literally reach down and like looking for the ice cube in the bed so I can put it back in my mouth and like fall. Like I'll choke and die before I fucking die.
That's one of my ways that I like because it kind of numbs it and you get the water to kind of rinse it out and stuff like that.
Yeah, milk definitely helps. But
yeah,
I didn't want to.
Oh, that sounded pretty weird in the microphone.
Did it?
Here.
Oh damn! I got arthritis in my neck real bad, so I'd fuck it up. Do you want to give any? I thought I was gonna have something else to say.
I'll shout out my sponsors.
Yeah, shout out your sponsors. Do you have anything else that you wanted to touch on? I know we touched on the marriage, the Rockingham that you're going to, Dick's Future.
Yep.
Parts Barn half off this weekend.
Yeah, Parts Barn half off this weekend.
What?
Yeah.
When?
Where? Last weekend of the month.
Where's Suffolk and Portsmouth.
Two stores?
That's where I work.
Okay.
I work for Parts Barn. I run a flatbed truck running cars to a metal yard. That's all I do all day, strapping
Do you
down.
like that?
Yeah. It's good, honest work. I like being outside. With the COVID stuff, I don't have to be around people. I don't have to, deal and be close to people.
Yeah.
And I work for Charlie Bryant, who Parts Barn runs the Enduro division.
Yeah.
So, he's a good guy. He's, takes care of us. He called me one day, had a lair. He's like, got a lair, I'm going to throw it in the back of the yard for you.
Badass.
So, he's a good guy.
What about, do they have a Richmond branch?
No. Only place we have is just Suffolk and Portsmouth. So all you people out there, y'all know about last Saturday every month it's half off.
Even though I'm rich from how much money I make off this podcast, I was still going to apply just to fill my time.
You could always drive to Suffolk, get your parts, and then take a trip to the beach.
Yeah.
That's a lot of commuting.
Come see the DQM crew. MVB Contracting, my buddy Derek Collins, he's actually in West Virginia. I have a lot of sponsors that aren't in the area. He's
but that's
out in
okay
West
because
Virginia.
your merch and everything travels.
Yeah.
Your name travels because you're such a. No, I'm not going to say character. I don't want to clown you. I call myself a clown.
No, I'm a character.
If you have any storm damage to your roof, he's the guy to call.
Yeah. He works out in West Virginia and far-reaching Virginia. He's been with us. He helped sponsor the truck when we have it. He's been with me for about 4 or 5 years, taking care of me. He's been a good sponsor. He's my title sponsor this year. He's on the hood. Old school video games we talked about. Derek Swamp Ass is his name. Derek McKee. Swamp Ass is his nickname.
Badass. Sounds like a cool guy.
He is a great guy. He throws the greatest parties. He has an awesome Halloween party. He does all these. He has Jeopardy night and bingo night where you're just in his pool playing games or watching the races.
He live around y'all, I guess.
Yeah, he lives out in Portsmouth. Hyatt Chiropractic. That's a chiropractic company. Yeah, I needed them too.
Really? Sounds like I did a minute ago.
My last story I'm going to tell you is why I need them.
Yeah. You ever sat in one of them aluminum racing seats? They are not comfortable.
Oh, I know.
We have
a cool seat or anything.
Brian Waltrip Hauling and Waltrip Pressure Washing. That's Hunter Clay Waltrip and his dad's. That's their two companies they've hopped on this year, and I'm hoping we're going to work together because I've talked to them about trying to do U-Car mini stock, and they're real big on trying to help me get that going next year.
So you have a decent amount of funding.
I have a decent, yes. I first couple years I raced out of pocket.
Of course.
Now I kind of pretty much break even.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people don't understand. How often do you have people? I don't know how often you have this, but you've got a decent sized name. People that just message you and they're like, "Hey man, how do I get into racing?" Because they see that you either race for somebody.
You take your wallet and you throw it in a fucking wall.
It's like, guys, you don't understand.
Take this.
I finally got a ride from Bud Allen in 2017 or 2016 or something. I raced for myself, literally spending thousands throughout the 8 years or whatever I raced for myself.
Right.
Almost probably $100,000 or something. You know what I mean? And then after all that, got a ride. It's not like there would never be a car owner. I don't know why people think this. There would never be a car owner that says, "I'm looking for a driver," and he just picks up some guy off the street that's literally never driven a race car.
Oh,
I argue this all the time that, man, you could have all the skill in the world if you don't have deep pockets back, and you'll never go anywhere in this sport.
Well, and you can if you have somebody I hooked my buddy up with a ride. I talked a car owner into letting my buddy drive because I knew from iRacing, from NASCAR, from everything that he could drive. And it worked out well, but he wouldn't have just texted him and been like, "Hey, man, you want to drive my car?"
That's kind of how Kurt's got hooked up with Quinn. He asked Hibby and Jesse, "Do you know a guy that can drive?" And they threw his name out there, and me and Kurt started talking, and dude, we're ecstatic about what he's he's building the car, and he's excited about getting him in the car. He's never seen the guy race. But a guy like Jesse says something like that, and
he's never seen who race. Dick.
Dick.
Yeah, but Dick. he can see his resume. I'm
Yeah.
talking about somebody that's not.
Oh
not
yeah,
that you've never met them.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. When I first started driving trucks, I started driving somebody else's truck that still belonged to him at the time, and you know, it was kind of like that for me where I just got thrown into it. You know, like, hey, you can drive. You want to drive my truck? Here you go.
Yeah.
And that's like the
Which
one.
is cool.
Well, that was
you were already driving,
and that was
I've
kind
been
of how
driving enduros and stuff.
when I got into the enduros, and I mean, it is cheaper to run enduros. I break even because I run a division that $2,000-3,000 a year, you could run a decent sized season.
The last year I ran trucks, I was probably 20,000 in the hole by the end of the season.
Yeah, but you were grenading motors every other practice.
Well, yeah, we went from
you got upshift, dude.
Well, no, we were running built motors. You know, we had racing rods and everything else, and then all of a sudden Langley changed all the rules. You know, it went from you running any motor you want, but no, you have to have stock connecting rods and everything else. Well, yeah, I mean, I had a motor that was, turning
built to the 9.
Well, yeah, it was built to turn 9,000 RPM, and see, all of a sudden, I don't have connecting rods in there, so yeah, I mean, everybody was having oiling issues that went back to running, stock, bottom end connecting rods. We were blowing blocks up left and right, and I mean, anybody out there can tell you a decent race motor, for a 4-cylinder truck is, $4,500 to $5,500.
Why? And what? Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into building them.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's not worth it.
And so the last season, I blew up 3 motors. That was like the funniest time on the track. Is I remember we were running one race, and dude,
he had a glorious explosion during practice one time.
Yeah, dude, I put up a smoke show, blacked out, man. Surprised the fire department didn't show up. But we were running a race one night, and I had blown the motor up in practice. And I blew the head gasket. So we changed, get it in the pits, strip everything down, flush the block, get it all clean. I had somebody bring me my other head from the house. I put the head on at the racetrack, get it all put back together, time and set, get it started just in time to make the race. Pull out on the track, start dead last, man. I'm fucking hauling ass. I'm up to like fucking 2nd or 3rd place. Fucking truck's running the best it's ever fucking run, and I dropped down.
They always do before they blow up.
Oh, yeah. I dropped down into one, and I felt a clunk. And before I could reach up and shut the ignition off, it grenaded. And I remember...
we're like, yeah, go, Richard. Why is he going so slow? Why is he pulling into the grass?
Got an oil trail behind him.
Well, I knew the motor come apart, so like
go gadget oil.
Langley, we don't have a concrete wall or anything at the bottom of the track except for down the front straightaway. So I was in the bottom of the turn when I felt it come apart. So I had actually gotten down into the grass. Yeah, and kept the oil off the track because there was a late model race getting ready to go right after us. So I come down the back, and between the smoke in the car and everything else, I could see it flaming up a little bit from where it blew up. So we come down the back. I turn in between 2 concrete bunkers into the grass. I'm out the truck before it even stopped rolling. They're like, how the hell did you get out the truck so fast? I'm like, shit.
Use the oil for it.
I was driving from the bed the whole time. Yeah.
Well, that's the only thing that scares me in a race car. I don't mind hitting walls. Fire is the thing that is like my biggest fear ever. It's like I get guys who are like, I see guys wear single layer fire suits, and I'm like, dude, a 3-layer fire suit only gives you 30 seconds of protection in a fire.
My first bad accident in the white turd, I got doored up to the wall. And I had my doors chained at the time, and they're trying to get the chain off the passenger so I can get out. And somebody's like, "You smell gas?" Yes. Dude, I come flying out the passenger window. It knocked the whole gas tank completely off the car. But my last 2 sponsors, Parts Barn, remember, tomorrow, half off Saturday.
Yes.
And Leon's Upholstery is a family member up in Connecticut. They run an upholstery business, and they've been.
How do you meet people something like that?
That was family.
Okay.
Yeah, they're my fiance's, like. I think they're like my nephew-in-laws or cousin-in-laws. I really don't know.
I would like to think.
I'll edit that part out.
That leads into my story. They ended up buying me my first Hans device.
Okay.
I was running a neck roll at the time, and I had Dukes of Hazzard car.
Oh shit.
We come out. There's a video of it. It's great. I have to send you the link one time and you'll see it. But
so you can post it right to the Turn Left Podcast page. People can actually post on the page openly.
I'll do
There's
that.
no privacy. It's just nobody does it.
Yeah, we have a whole YouTube page, DQM Racing.
Tomorrow it'll be fucking stacked with like people's kids' school pictures and shit. It's like, what the
But I come into one and the car got broke in front of me. And, if you hit the brakes on a front-wheel drive going into a turn, you're going to look that way before you know it. So I start skidding like this. I get it, squared away. And then Langley, like he said, there's only wall on the front stretch for about a quarter of it.
Yeah. And
I see nothing but grass. I'm like, all right, I'll just get in the grass and come out the back stretch and fall back in line.
There's a giant fucking dip.
About a 6-foot
I know.
dip.
I've seen it.
I've
raced at Langley.
He launched off of that fucking drainage covert.
I've seen a guy spin out. I'm sure y'all have too. Spin out, like go down through it, and like the whole car is like about to flip.
But I come in and I'm flooring it, and by the time I saw the drainage ditch, before I could even think about Dukes of Hazzard thing, boom, all I see is
oh shit,
boom, and I mean the car completely came off the ground, and it was a pretty bad wreck, and that's why I need Hyatt Chiropractic to fix my neck from that. I had hit the window net, all right, banged my head on the window net. I get in the car the next day and I see the window net's all bent like this.
Damn.
And I'm like, well, let me see if I can do that. I strapped in the car and tried to push my head to the window net. I couldn't even do it. So I'm like, this is nuts. And Leon's Upholstery that day, well, I went to a family reunion like 2 weeks later, told them the story, and they bought me the Hans device that
Strong
weekend.
Believers in safety equipment.
Yes.
Yeah. It is, especially if you're running at Langley or Dominion, such a fast track.
I mean,
Southside, you can almost get away with it because you're only getting up to, you're not. But I mean, somewhere else, you definitely.
We're talking about him racing that mini stock at Rockingham. He's going to get up over 100 miles an hour.
You're going to need it there.
Yeah, speed's over 100 miles an hour. Like I said, safety equipment's one thing I've never skimped on. I mean, quality steel for cages. Built the right way.
Well, I have. I'm not
proud
of it. I'm proud of it, but I mean, my whole motto is like,
there's a picture of the white turd racing with no window net on it.
I mean, when I first started, we were still running 50 laps at Langley when I first started, and we weren't running anything. I was running an Acura Integra that had a fucking factory seat, and
you're afraid of fire, like,
and
yeah, I mean,
fire's the only thing. Dude, I've wrecked that car, and I think that the thing that made me go to the fact is I ran that car one night after the end of the season. We do the day of destruction.
Oh yeah.
Well, somebody again right reared me, and
don't you like how he can?
Somebody right reared me, and I spun and I hit the wall driver's side first. And when I did,
his grandma's watching, man.
And when I did, I slid up out of the seat, and actually my helmet caught the opening of the door. And jammed me back down into the car because I was running a factory seat and seatbelt. And then, like, after that, I was like, nope.
No more.
Cage, racing seats, because you can't really mount a racing seat into a car without having a proper cage in the car. You have to have something that's not going to move that your seatbelt's attached to.
When he's in the car, they call that a cup.
Yeah. I call it the Fisher Price my first race seat. It's built by Little Tykes.
Well, that was a lot of sponsors actually too.
Yeah, I mean,
you're doing all right.
I'm doing all right. Like, Farley Financial. How can I fit
you
Farley
did.
Financial?
You said what's up?
He actually called me out of the blue when he sponsors the U-Car division at Langley.
Yes.
And he called me up out of the blue one day, and this we were talking about. I'll just stick my stuff out there. And he's like, I just want to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
I love your brand. I love that you do it yourself, and he's taken care of me for the last 2 or 3 years.
And he forgot his number one sponsor, which would be 171.
Oh, 171 Creations, who does all my decals. They can do any decal for you, for your race car, for your home. You can make your live, laugh, love, whatever those things are.
Shout out Nikki, very pretty lady.
She is gorgeous, beautiful woman.
Well, I think that about wraps it up. Yeah. Well, I wanted to. If I send you a Turn Left podcast sticker, you stick it on the car
Yes, I will.
for free.
Yeah. No, I'm a big man now.
It's going to be $25.
That's a $2,500 sponsorship, my friend.
That's for a low budget. That's a whole.
By the way, it's also called the Madden Curse. Cameron said he's going to put a bigger sticker on his car earlier. I don't know why he'd do that because last time he came on the show, I talked about him dominating Dominion and everything, and ever since then he's been blowing motors and everything else.
I say that about the mic faces when he puts them on cars. It seems like every time he does, it gets hit right in the mic face.
Madden Curse. That's what the Turn Left podcast says.
No, I've actually, Christian Keller put him on there and parked it that night. And there's been Chris Bechtel parked it. He put it on there. Hunter Clay Walters put it on his cart. He parked it.
But then again, like I said, it's like you said earlier, it's probably on a third of the cars.
My worst one is not Connor Hall, but Casey Wyatt came out to me, and that's who was with that thing with Butterbean. Remember, he walked up to me that day, and I was kind of like picking on what they were doing, putting my photoshopping on their stuff. And I'm like, oh God, Casey's gonna come over and cuss me out. And he's like, dude, I love what you did, man.
Really?
Can I get one of your big
That's
Mike
cool.
Crazy? And he puts it on his race car. Race car would not fucking run that whole night.
Oh, no.
Dude, and I felt horrible. He made a post like, oh, Big Mike's going to bring me some extra luck tonight. And
Yeah, that shit.
I'm like, oh, God. I was like, I felt so bad. I messaged him like, dude, I'm so sorry. I feel like, he's like, no, man, you can't predict shit like that.
Yeah, it is an oddity, but it is still funny.
But there's been a lot of guys that had a lot of success putting it on there. So I guess it's got a 50-50.
I haven't really had that with Trump podcast. I think Davey Callahan, the late model driver, he's got one on the car. I think he won his second race with that.
Are you sending it with me today?
No, I'm out of it. I'm going to mail it to you. I'm going to mail it to you.
Because I was going to say, he races tomorrow. And
I was going to say, most people forget him anyway, and I mail it to them. Everybody that's here when I had him, I mailed it to them.
I wouldn't. I love decals.
I put it right there on the table. But
can
people
I peel
get up.
one of them off?
You know how it goes.
Yeah. You can if you want, actually, because I'm going to get more. So.
But, yeah, definitely send it to me. I'll definitely put it on the car.
I'll give you...
I'll put it on top of the Jack Dotson sticker, which is right there in the C quarter panel right there.
Cold-blooded. Hey, I'll send you 4. One, some for Dick, some for you.
Well, we run the
Some
same
for
car.
Yeah, we'll run.
But yeah, send me a couple. I'll definitely.
That way you can tat it up the shop or whatever. Put it on both sides of the
Tell
car.
her decide
and
to stop
put it on the
being
toolbox,
lazy.
something.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thanks for coming out, dude. I really
Yeah, man.
appreciate it.
No,
I know it's a
appreciate
long
you
drive.
having
I don't
me,
want to
dude.
keep you too late either way.
Nah, we're good.
But yeah, thanks also to Richard.
Dick.
Thank you for all the fans for watching. It'll be uploaded to YouTube and Spotify probably tomorrow evening or Sunday, depending on what my schedule's like tomorrow, or what my kids make my schedule like tomorrow. But yeah, so if you want to share it from there, if you just want to share the Facebook post, doesn't really bother me either way. Either one is fine.
And speaking of kids, Mackenzie, Mikey, I love you. Nikki, I love you. I'll be home
Shortly.
How many kids do you have?
Just 2.
2. I have 2 too.
Yeah.
You have a 2 too?
2 too.
Mine are 1 and 4.
I
don't have twins.
Mine are 19 and 10.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
all
that's
this
a lot
gray,
different.
all this gray came from my son.
Oh yeah. Is he the older one?
No, he's the younger one.
Oh.
My daughter was an angel, but there's 9 years between them, and I feel every one of
Yeah,
those
his
9
son's watching.
years.
It's like, what the fuck, Dad?
Shit. I got
He knows.
I got 2 years, and my youngest will be 18.
Ooh, yeah.
Not even 2 years. He'll be 17 actually next month.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about all that yet.
You got a ways to go, brother.
Yeah.
But this was fun, man. I've been wanting to be on here. Like I said, I kind of fanboyed you a little bit, hitting you up.
Oh, no. I think I actually might have messaged you first anyway. It's just we were going back and forth trying to play phone tag on trying to set something up. Because I kept on hitting you up last minute, too. So don't worry about
we
that.
definitely do this again sometime.
Yeah, anytime you want to. I mean, trust me, it's always a lot easier for me to walk outside than for you to drive in 2 hours. So it doesn't bother me. We can do a weeknight, Friday night, Saturday night, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And the hot sauce wasn't too bad, was it?
No.
Yeah.
You have to find something a little stronger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll have to find some more Wicked Tickle
Yeah.
without.
No.
I'll get another.
Whipple ticket.
Yeah. I'll have to get some healthy Wicked Tickle that's not going to actually kill
definitely
you.
get some. And
The joke is that you'll die on the hot sauce. I don't want you to actually die on it.
The penicillin will save him.
Yeah. Well, next time I'll have Pepto-Bismol and milk and ice cream on the table for you.
Let's do it.
All right, buddy.
All right, brother.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Dick, if you'd hit that big blue button for me, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you, Mikey Chin. Thank you, Caitlin Joyner. It's actually at the bottom right. It says finish. I set you up for failure there. That's my bad, buddy.